Okay, so our affirmation of the day is I lack nothing. I have everything I need right now.
Hello and welcome to episode 7. Nice, lucky number 7 of the Say Please podcast, where if you ask, you shall receive. But first, say please. My name is Deidra.
I'm Amanda.
The Say Please podcast is sponsored fully by us. Two girls pursuing our passions by leaning into our learnings and promoting positivity. Our word of the day is limerence. Limerence is the state of being obsessively infatuated with someone, usually accompanied by delusions of or a desire for an intense romantic relationship with that person. An example, her limerence lasted for around 3 months before she actually met him. Before we deep dive into our story today, Amanda, what does the word limerence mean to you?
Limerence. Limerence has always seemed like confusing to me because the definition that we just read seemed pretty tame compared to what I thought it was. I thought limerence was when you're really obsessed over somebody, even though they're giving you no or very little indication that they feel the same way. I'm wondering if you were fantasizing or having a delusion of wanting to have this, that intense romantic relationship with somebody. If they felt the same way about you, would that still be considered limerence?
Would it? I don't know.
Does it have to be one-sided in order for it to be limerence?
That's a really good question.
And I'm not sure what limerence really means to me, I guess, because I don't really know
what it means.
Yeah, fully what it means, I guess.
And that's valid because you're an astrology girly, so I'm sure you've heard the word limerence like a time or two before.
Because I'm an anxiously attached girly.
Same.
So my YouTube algorithm has shown me suggested videos about limerence. So I've just learned a little bit about it from just reading or not watching the whole video, but watching a little bit of those videos. It just never really resonated with me, limerence. I don't think I've ever experienced limerence. I have experienced really being into somebody and kind of fantasizing about a relationship with them, but never obsessive, intensively obsessive. I've never been like that.
Interesting, because we're also hyperfixation girlies, we like to hyperfocus. So it's
I'm a hyperfixation
so do we limerence? I'll speak for myself when I say I think I'm in limerence and that's why I need to work through. I think I'm in limerence with everybody I first meet. What I think of romantically. But I'm also realistic. I'm a realist, so I do try to not fantasize, but picture, what a life could be like with them.
But I don't think that's limerence.
That's not limerence?
No. Because limerence is obsessing.
Do you mean do I have to make a voodoo sculpture of them?
I think if you were having limerence over somebody, you would just be obsessively thinking about them, maybe writing their name down. In high school, you write down their name in your notebook, Mrs. whatever, and just telling your friends, oh my God, I'm gonna marry this person, and fantasizing about marrying them and them being madly in love with you and just being obsessed about them. I think that's limerence. I think what you're talking about, just contemplating what would a life look like with them, I think that's normal.
Thank you. I feel so seen and validated right now. Speaking about seeing, that is one of our topics for the day, is seeing the people around you, truly seeing them and being able to read the room. That's our topic today. Being able to read the room, treating people how they want to be treated, knowing the difference between coworkers and friendship. Also knowing the difference between, male friends and, romantic prospects. Also knowing what a guy's into. Because we were talking about earlier, some guys like being treated kindly. Some guys like being talked down to. Like being able to read that type of energy. How important it is. So what do you think of when you think of reading the room? When I think of it, I think of like a comedy. I think of knowing your audience and being able to adjust like your jokes to the like the demographic of the audience you have at play.
To me, like reading the room is being aware of the preferences of the people outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, like for example, if someone makes a joke that everyone else in the room doesn't like,
Mm-hmm.
and someone says, man, like read the room,
Mm-hmm.
or something, it's like, oh, that joke isn't necessarily like bad because it's a bad joke. It's only bad because the other people in the room don't prefer it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you should have read your room before you said that joke, to get outside of yourself and think, well, what are those people? What do they prefer?
Mm-hmm. When I think of you and I think of reading the room, because one of my examples was like coworkers versus friends, I think of one of those old coworkers that you had at Spaghettiphonies. I thought about her. Remember that girl that you said like you thought y'all were friends, but towards the end, like you saw it from more of like a business standpoint. Like you saw her true colors towards the end. Yeah, that's what I think about when I think of like that topic as it pertains to you, because I remember us speaking about that before. Like reading the room, seeing people for who they truly are, kind of.
Yeah, that's another way to look at reading the room. Yeah, mm-hmm. It's like,
I'm not saying it's easy. Not saying it's easy.
Yeah, it's hard. It's kind of hard to read the room in that way because, mm-hmm. like in that instance, at least using that situation as an example, like I thought I was reading the room, but I realized I was only seeing the parts that like I liked. I wasn't also taking into account the other behaviors of that person that I wasn't so like cool about, or that I didn't prefer.
It was hard for me to read her. It was hard because I didn't know if it was, because you question all different viewpoints. It's like, is it me because she was technically a female superior at the workplace, like she had a management position over me, and I was like questioning if I had a problem with female authority. I would question that, and then I questioned like, am I just being dramatic? Is that what it is? But another possibility is she not for me? Is she? I won't say a bad person. That's a stretch.
No,
I want to bad person. I mean, like, but what is a bad person? Like, what's a good person? We could all be bad and good people at the same time. But someone that didn't have my best interest at heart, had hers, or had our other superiors. And I know that's also your job, is to have their best interest at heart.
Yeah, it's like I realized at one point that we were not on the same team anymore. I thought maybe at one point we were on the same team, but then there came a point when like we were no longer on the same team. Not saying like I was necessarily against.
I know you.
But like it's like it became to the point where it was like there were two teams and she was on the other team, and I'm like, okay, well, like I respect that. Like that's your choice to be on that team. Like, and I understand why she would want to be on that team.
Well, she's benefiting, yeah.
Yeah. But she also had she had other things to think about that I don't have to think about.
Wow, that's so understanding of you.
Yeah,
it's very understanding. That's just an example of what I thought when I was reading that. When I thought of you, when you think of that subject and you think of you, or even if you think of me, you can think of things differently. What do you think about of me when you think of reading the room?
Like how?
Please be nice. I'll cry right now.
Like me reading you?
I don't know. No, I'm not me reading me. I guess. Like, do you think of anything? Does anything come to mind when we just had that breakdown of like treating other people how they want to be treated? I also make the topic, so like you don't.
Right.
It doesn't have to immediately,
Yeah,
come up to
no.
anything for you.
I have to ponder on that.
Ponder. Go ahead.
Because the way that I don't know, I see you as like a very like independent person.
Thank you.
Like, I guess I don't know that. I don't know if I know that much about how you generally feel about people around you.
Good. Thank God, because I struggle with oversharing, so I'm glad that that's how I come off. I love the people around me. I have a lot. All my relationships are intimate, but like in a business sense, like if it's in a workplace setting, how I feel about the people around me, I let people show me who they are, and then I act accordingly. Sometimes, most of the time.
I just remember like when I first like knew you at Spaghetti's, you just seemed really quiet.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, you were just quiet. So
That's
like
so
I couldn't read you like very well.
Good.
'Cause yeah. So I guess like it's hard to like read the room when it comes to you because you're a little hard to read sometimes.
Thank God. I'm so. What do you think now?
I think you're not how I imagined you would be. Because
I'm poor.
Well, no, you're like. I know you say you're an asshole, but maybe you do some asshole things. But like, I don't think you're an asshole.
Yeah,
I think you are actually a good person.
Thank you. I really appreciate those kind words. I think, and we joke about me being an asshole, but it's like the angel compared to your devil, like the devil compared to your angel.
Yeah.
But no, that's so funny because that's how I felt about you when we first met too. It's like you're so quiet, calm, put together, and then like when we get to know each other, we're just two girls. We're two girls, like who are trying our best.
I'm trying our best. We got our own issues.
God, we got our
things
own issues.
We're going through.
Every
but
day.
I did not expect for like for you to have like such similar like ways of seeing the world, like as I do, or like similar ambitions and dreams.
But at the same time, it kind of makes sense though.
It makes sense like now that I like know you, know more about you and stuff. But like, I guess what I mean is like a lot of people that I met at Spaghetti's like did not share the same ambitions as me.
Really?
You would think they would because a lot of us were doing
we're creatives.
Same thing. Yeah, but like a lot of them like were just cool with just like
where they were at.
Oh
no, but like, that's just the beginning.
So like I didn't expect it, and have typically been unusual in my friend groups where like I'm the friend that has these big dreams and stuff. So I'm not used to like also meeting someone else who like equally is like, no, I want big things. Like I want to be famous, or like I want to be rich, or like I want to be my best version and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I love that because that's one of the and it's funny that that's your experience because my experience was like the people were the best part of that job for me.
Oh, they were great.
They were great, and I don't know what their ambitions are per se because I didn't. I was feeling people out. I'm feeling them out, letting them feel me out. So I could see me being quiet there. I could definitely see it.
Met some of the coolest, best people at that place.
Amazing people.
And I will always remember.
Shout out to Khalees.
These people.
Shout out to Jerry. Shout out to Parker. Love you, Parker. Like, freaking James.
Shout out to Ron.
James. I love you, Ron. James, the sound tech. I love James. That's my guy, man. Lily. Oh, Lily was cool. I really like Lily. Lily and Reagan.
Lily
I really like
Reagan.
Lily. I really like
Lily
Lily.
and Reagan.
Very sweet. I like Reagan's sister too.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Maggie. Aggie.
No.
Abigail. Yep. Yeah. Abby.
So many cool people.
So many cool people.
Many. We could name so many cool people.
But man, but two sides too. With
but
cool
there
people,
were some really not cool people too.
That's reading the room. That was a big, intense read the room moment. Working there. Oh God!
Because most people were cool, but you really had to watch and observe to figure out who were not the cool people. Because the cool people or the uncool people, they acted like they were cool with you.
With love comes hate, and a lot of hate is close to envy as well. I'm always very cautious of who envies me. And not saying they do. Not saying they do, or I'm someone to envy.
I mean,
I'm
we
not.
spoke about it in the last episode, but the evil eye, I really feel like the evil eye is a real thing.
Hell
and
yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it sometimes. I feel like I can feel it. But sometimes, though, I mean, I will be honest. Sometimes, like, Amanda, are you being narcissistic right now? Or are you actually
same. No, that's why I said, like, a disclaimer. Like, it comes with envy, but I don't think I am someone to envy. Don't think people envy me. Please. And honestly, don't envy me. Don't. It's not also, crack up to me.
It's okay if you do something.
Shut up, you're stupid. Yo, when I first met you, I thought you were way too good for me.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Aww. I thought you were just so put together, and like, but then the more I got to know you, because like you're like because I used to say, because you're like 1 year older than me, right? Like about 1 year. Yeah. I used to always say like Amanda's me in the future, like she's me. But then the more I've got to know you, I'm like, no, Amanda is Amanda. I am Deidra. We are just good at different things.
Yeah.
And like. Not like
damn. Yeah. So do I see my less put together than you?
No. I think I don't. Okay, I don't think
put together. I am pretty put together.
You are put together, but I looked at you in like I'm not gonna say envy. I'm gonna say I looked at you and thought you were like better than me. But you're not. With all due respect, like I don't think you're better than me. I think you're better at different things than I am. Yeah, and that's true, and which I love about you. Like I can learn so much from you, from your skill set, even you being a singer, like, and we haven't sang together, but we will be. But like, even being a singer, that's so cool. I know nothing about that. That's so cool. Even when we did the pod, like, you are good at editing. You are good at the mic check and stuff like that. I'm good at like being here. I guess. Yeah. I'll make the scripts. I'll make the words of the day.
You're good at doing that. Yeah. You came up with like the kindness, like the random act of kindness thing.
Yeah, and the intro and outro, and like, and I'll write down our things today. So I do the script.
And you're also good at making Instagram stories.
I do a promotion. Yes, I like that too. Yeah, and then but you make sure it's on time. So like, no, it's not like I met you and thought you're not so much better than me. I think you're great. I think you're great. But I also reminded myself how I'm great too. Yes, at certain things. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And we have our skill set, and we're very similar, but we also keep each other grounded. Because even today, when I'm giving you advice, I'm really repeating shit you've said to me. You've said this stuff to me, but
yeah.
Instead of saying like, "Oh man, you said this to me before," so you need to hear it.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to hear it.
Which is fair. Like, oh my gosh, you've taught me off the edge of the ledge that I was about to jump off of mentally a few times. So I have no problem doing it with you as well. Even when tonight you don't know you're doing it, but like you're like subconsciously dragging me to the dance floor. And I appreciate that though. I appreciate because I need to get outside my shell, and it's so fun once I did it. So it was nice, It's like reading the room with the dance room, I guess. But yeah, no, it was amazing. You came up really quiet and put together, and I thought like in my head, I overthink, I overtalk, I overshare. So when I was there, I was just like hyper focused on me.
Myself sometimes too. I worry about oversharing.
Oh, I worry about oversharing too, especially on this podcast that people are watching.
Sometimes I just like say stuff, and then after I say it, I'm like, why did I say that?
I think that's why it's important for me to be around people that I can trust and be intimate with, because I am just going to talk. and you're gonna know things about me whether you want to or not. So it's like I like to have people around me that genuinely care about me, I can trust, and won't envy me, because envy is scary as fuck. When people envy you, I don't like that. I'm not a fan. Because I felt it before too. Like, not saying I'm one to envy, but like you can feel it.
And yeah, it's not good. It's not a good energy being sent at you for sure. It's not. It's not a good energy for the other person either. That is doing the envying. It's just all around not a very productive energy.
It's not.
But I felt envy before. We all feel envy sometimes.
Oh, I love when I feel envy and then I call it out to myself. Like, wow, I'm jealous. Like, oh, like
what do
you are being jealous.
What is the difference between jealousy and envy, though? Do you think there's a difference?
I bet my good friend Google knows the answer.
Oh. Should I ask my bestie, ChatGPT?
Please ask ChatGPT. Can you do that without messing up the audio? Yeah, you're good.
I think so.
Envy versus jealousy.
ChatGPT.
Jealousy is usually thought to be more negative, is what mine says.
Really?
I would think envy would be more. Envy is sadness from being covetous. I will keep an eye on him discreetly. Jealousy is sadness from being covetous in romantic scenarios.
Oh.
I envy that lifestyle.
Ooh, okay, this is good.
Ooh, let me hear it.
Bestie knows what's up.
She loves ChatGPT.
I really do. Okay. So ChatGPT says the key difference between jealousy and envy is jealousy involves a threat to something you already have. Envy involves wanting what someone else has.
Ooh.
So if you're jealous of somebody, it's like you're fearing that they're going to take something away from you. Like in romantic sense, you're jealous of your boyfriend flirting with a girl, or a girl flirting with your boyfriend, because you're worried that your boyfriend will be taken from you by her.
When I thought of jealousy before, I thought about one of my friends. His name is Bubba James. We went to high school around the same time, but he went to like West Brunswick, I went to South Brunswick, and he's been making music and amazing music videos and like really putting himself out there. And I caught myself being like genuinely jealous of him.
It would be envious.
Would it be? Or am I jealous that he's taking something that I think is mine because I think that I'm supposed to be a star?
No, because you are wanting what he has. He has that success and you want that success.
I know, and isn't that crazy? Because like that's a friend of mine. Like it was crazy that I felt that envy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like I think we all feel envy sometimes. Envy is such like
what's envy versus admiration?
Sounds like a really bad word, right?
Envy versus admiration.
But like I think it's kind of a normal emotion.
I think it's.
I can envy someone that's on vacation.
I know, right?
I see someone posting themselves on a nice exotic vacation on Facebook. Yeah, I kind of envy them a little bit that they get to be on this bomb-ass vacation while I'm sitting at home, you know? So it's like, it doesn't always have to be super deep.
So envy is a feeling of discontent. Envy is a feeling of discontent that stems from comparing yourself to others. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's real. While admiration is a feeling of appreciation and inspiration that comes from looking to others as role models.
Yeah, and so what I try to do is if I catch myself like for example, I'm seeing someone, they always seem like they're traveling to exotic places all the time. I could look at them and be envious and be like, oh, I wish I had a life that I traveled all the time. But I try to stop myself and be like, and flip it to like looking at them and saying, you know what, that's really cool. Like it's cool to know that like that a kind of life exists where you could travel all the time. What could I do to possibly have that life for myself? You know, like being inspired by it. Like, oh, if they can do it, like then there must be a way to do it. Maybe I could find out the way to do it and then do it.
You want to hear something funny? My thought process is a lot of people, everything that shines isn't gold. A lot of people like to keep up with the Joneses. So when people, and this is going to sound like a type of envy, this is going to sound a negative, but when people are going on vacation back to back, I'm like, what's their credit card debt? That's what I think. Because I'm a realist, girl. I'm a realist.
Some of these people be traveling, and I'm like,
and their car will get repossessed. Their car will get repossessed. It's priorities too, in my opinion. But what do I know? I just DoorDash.
I don't know. Yeah, what do I know?
Yeah. One of my things about one of my points for reading the room was, and you always think this is funny, like knowing how to treat men, because some men like being treated like I always say like an asshole, but like some men like to be degraded, like abused financially, if not verbally. And that was very confusing for me.
Interesting. It's
very interesting, right? Yeah.
I will never understand that. It's something my brain will never be able to wrap its head around, but whatever floats your boat.
And that's so, yeah. Whatever. I hope to God I never get to the point where I'm like, hey, here's a couple $100. Can you tell me to shut up a few times?
Really sad. That's really sad.
They're into that.
I know. It's like sad to me though.
It is kind of sad for them.
But it's like also.
But if you're the one getting $100, like, would you be sad?
It's just sad that like something happened to you in your life, or like just this world has like fucked you up so much that like you will pay money for someone to be mean to you. That's just like what psychologically is happening to you in your brain.
But some people have a humiliation kink.
I know, but to me, like that's, I don't know. I guess I'm not a wild, strange kink kind of person.
I mean, I'm not either. I don't enjoy that type of stuff done to me. Will I do it to someone? Sure. But like, but do I like it done to me? No, I'm not. I'm actually really pretty vanilla in general in life, which is surprising.
Romantic.
I do. Well, I'm romantic, but I mean, like, yeah, and like a kink shame type of thing. It's like, do I want to be like tied up? Do I want to be like told I'm worthless? Like, no, I actually want to be treated very nicely. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Please, I'll cry right now.
That's right.
But it's like reading the room.
Not turn me on to me.
Reading the room, girl. It's like sometimes I walk around guys and think they like. And this is gonna sound crazy, but sometimes I walk by guys and like think they hate me, but they're really like, man, I love her. Like I love her so much. I'm like, wow, me? Like why? Like why? What do you want? What do you want? It's like reading the room with men too. Like reading the room. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you read men better than I do.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean,
with a friendship way.
Well, because you said you've never really been friends with straight men, and I've been friends with straight men, so I think I'm more easily able to read the men and discern a safe man and an unsafe man
in friendship settings.
Like who's possibly gonna be making moves on me and like being pushy or whatever, and who is not.
No, you're good at that, which is crazy. But I admire it.
It's like
I admire it.
It's very interesting. I really like have not in my life had many men like be super disrespectful to me or degrade me or try to degrade me or anything. I really haven't had much of that happen. I mean,
you're also an angel with angelic energy, so maybe that is what.
But you would think that would attract a lot of those like that,
like users.
I have it.
I mean, yeah, fire douche, yeah.
Right, but like but it's always been like covert. It's never been like outwardly like.
Oh, I've had some outwardly disrespectful.
I have. I don't think I have.
I don't know if it was. I've like.
I mean,
our next episode covers the word that I'm going to cover for myself, and that's like easy to snap back. Very, very goes against the script, you know. And I don't know if that leading with that energy is what's attracted those types of men towards me, or if it's like what I've been through in life. You know, like I've been overweight my whole life. So like there comes with like a certain level of like disrespect comes towards that. And so I don't know if that was like a antagonistic like fight back type of energy. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Also, I used to deal with some terrible men, terrible. But my values have changed over the years. So like wanting someone that's mean to me does not do me any serve me any purpose.
I don't even just like in general. I don't have like many men like. I don't know. You know, you sometimes women will go out in public and just like stranger men will like catcall them like disrespectfully and stuff. I don't know. I don't have that happen to me.
Just an angelic angel. That's what it
I'll
is.
have men
You're a
like
angel.
say to me like, you know, just random men be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," or something like that.
And you are.
But that's to me that's respect. And some women might be like, "Oh my god, he's creeping
You're
on
also
me."
you're
But
also
for
really
me,
good
I'm
at
like, "Thank you."
You're also good at like shutting shit down politely because that one time we went dancing and that guy wanted to buy us drinks and like you're like yeah sure like you know like and then he went over there and then he started getting a little crude like made a comment but like oh I'll choke you or something and you're like oh yeah bye I don't want we don't want to drink anymore and then you like walked away. You're so respectful when you check people so like and you are I've caught you checking me a few times like you know like just when like I'm being late or doing things slowly like I've kind of sensed you like put in the most polite way being like come on Deidra like come on and like you're so respectful with it and I admire that I see I'm disrespectful with it I'm like fuck you get out of my face like who are you talking to
me,
yeah
like that's so not gonna get you
unless you're
and remember like it was on New Year's or something was it on New Year's
what did we do what
you and I went to remember we went to Circle K and there was that guy behind us in line and he was like what party are you going to like can I come with you guys and I could have been like dude like leave us alone don't talk to us but I would just looked at him and I was like no
you're so with polite like I love it
because he was like oh what can I come to this party and I was just like
you handle things so well I love it I admire it that's why like we compliment each other well because you're like so polite and I'm like but no I think everything needs a balance in life and that's what I love about you and I is like we really balance in that way because you know
it's like you can be polite and not aggressive but still like have people respect you if I would have like it's all about body language too because if he was like asking about coming to the party and I was like no like he'd probably like be pressing a little bit but it was me looking into his eyes and just be like no.
I wonder if like your acting career has helped you with stuff like that to where you're good at like standing in your body language because like you could act as the shy girl the timid girl but like no you are like the stern like staying on business girl so it's made you more aware of your body language because I have not always been very aware of my body language but you're right you're real with that body language speaks
I pay a lot of attention to my body language
that's good
it is at the top of my mind a lot of the time when I'm in social situations I'm always being mindful of my body language.
Ooh, good.
And if I walk into like a place, like a gas station, and there's like creepy men or something, I'm not gonna just like look at the floor and like I'm gonna look right at them.
I love that
and
energy.
Keep my head tall and not look mean or like don't fuck with me.
See, but like, I look mean. That's my problem. Like is like looking mean.
It's like a don't fuck with me energy. That's more just like look at this beautiful like
dainty flower
like look at how like don't fuck with her.
See, I'm fragile like
you can't touch her.
See, you're fragile like a flower. I'm fragile like a bomb. Tick tick boom. But we'll do some closing thoughts. We're about at our last minute mark, so I have some of our closing advice for this episode. And it's funny that you talked about being anxiously attached because my end of episode advice I wrote was speaking to all the avoidance out there. That's the first sentence. Speaking to all the avoidance out there, it's okay to try a relationship. Anything worth having isn't going to be easy. Life is all about discipline. It's all good practice and not only for figuring out what you value in people, but also what brings out the best in you. Because I know we were talking about earlier, like reading the room to not only like see what other people are into, but also to find out what you're into. That's been my a struggle and a battle I've been fighting, which I've been enjoying because it's a practice. It's like how anything is a practice. Different jobs are a practice, you know, like reading the rooms in social settings with like coworkers and stuff. But it's great practice at the end of the day. Yeah. Because avoiding it is just as toxic as just jumping into everything, you know. Yeah. Any end of episode advice you have? Trust your gut.
It's okay to like make observations about people, but be careful about the judgments you place on those observations. Like if you are reading the room, it's like okay to like observe what you're reading,
but don't
necessarily like
project,
place judgments on that. Just take note of your observation. And then keep getting more information and observations before you make a judgment.
I think that is great advice. Thank you, Amanda. Would you like to hit us with the outro?
Ask, and you shall receive. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. But say please.
I hope you found a gem, and if you didn't, then listen again. Thank you all for being here for episode 7. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.